Hey everybody, welcome back to DSC Healthy Living. Glad you could join us today. I'm going to talk about hydration, and I've been talking about this on my Facebook page a lot, but it's so important about drinking your water. And I have more clients that have trouble doing this, so we're going to talk about, give you some tips and tricks about how to get that in, and also just everybody needs to drink water. And I talk a lot on my page about that you should do it, but I never really have explained why you should do it. So that's what I want to focus on today more than anything else. So I have some notes because I have sourced this information. I did not make this stuff up, nor am I smart enough to know all this. So anyway, research, and some things I do know, but anything like this one, 55 to 60% of your body weight is water. And that's why your weight fluctuates a lot too. It's based on your intake of water, so that's another reason. Plan peeps, when you get on the scale every day, you should not. But anyhow, that's another thing. And by the way, Plan Peeps Element 10 is what you need to read for hydration. So, unlike fat, your body cannot store water, so it has to be replenished. You need to drink at least 64 ounces a day of plain water. And we prefer up to 100 ounces. And you don't want to go over 100 ounces because that could be wash out all of your electrolytes and nutrients and things that you're intaking. So you don't want to do that. But now you always need to talk to your doctor first and make sure about water intake, because certain medications you may not be able to drink 64 ounces. So you know, I'm not your doctor. Don't listen to me about that. So always check with your doctor about anything as far as the amounts. But 99.99% of people can drink 64 ounces of water and be fine. So replenish that water again, because we cannot store water. We are not camels. But and also during weight loss, if you are trying to lose weight and burning fat, it is really important to drink water, because that is flushing out all the toxins that you are burning. And all these years of consuming the bad things that we have, and it gets stored as fat, all of that stuff is stored in that fat as well. So when you're burning fat, it's releasing it, and you need to flush it out. And one thing I like to mention, and I've mentioned this to all of my clients, my female clients, estrogen is stored in your body fat. So when you're burning that, more estrogen is released into your system, and that's why some women end up getting pregnant when they lose weight because of that. So just a little tidbit there. And think about this too. Sometimes when you, I've had some clients that, you know, when they go to the doctor pretty much like in the first part of their journey, and they're having blood work done, your different things are stored in your fat as well, like cholesterol and things can be released. So when you have that done, if it is elevated, that may be why, because you're burning that fat and it's in that system. So it's got to get out of the system. Drink that water. All right, so hydration. Also, it helps any organs, all of your organs, the functions that's going on in your body. Water is the basis of all that. So if you think about how water flows and moves, so it's moving all your nutrients and your estrogen, your hormones, antibodies, the oxygen, especially kidneys. Kidneys is the number one thing, in my opinion, that the water, it helps to filter out all of the toxins through your kidneys too. So if you ever been around anybody, especially an elderly person who has had a UTI, that is you know how that they can get really confused or agitated, and that's because all of those toxins are built up and they're not filtering out. So again, water. Can't stress it enough. A good way to think about it is if you're not replenishing the water, your body's recycling dirty water. So really, you want that? I mean, what if you know, and after you keep recycling that, if you're let's just say if you're drinking Dr. Pepper, your liver and your heart, none of that likes Dr. Pepper. It's not going to function properly. So that water that you're refiltering or reusing is going to, the efficiency of it is going to deplete and diminish because it's getting less and less water and more of the crap. So that is one of the reasons you need to drink water.
It's kind of like taking a bath without using new water. You just
Exactly.
keep soaking in the same dirty water.
Yes. You want to do that? No. Very good, Caitlin.
Thank you.
Unhealthy hydration and healthy hydration. We'll talk about a couple sources, and then I don't want to keep you on here forever. But so healthy sources of hydration, of course, plain water is going to be your best bet, hands down. So, you know, it's free, no calories, no caffeine, no additives. So, you know, but if you are drinking tap water, always use a filter, because you need to get the chlorine and all the other stuff out of the water before you drink it. Also, two other things that are healthy hydration liquids that you can drink are tea and coffee. And I know you have probably heard tea and coffee are diuretics, and that you shouldn't drink those. But actually, that study was done back in 1928, and it wasn't a really rigorous research. So that is where you got to really look at the current research. So, and that's where some things stick, and people just repeat that because they don't want to learn new things. So you always research and learn new things, because things change. So as far as tea is concerned, iced tea and hot tea both have great, a lot of health benefits. And green tea is awesome too, like an anti-inflammatory. But anyway, so teas are great for that reason. And then coffee, it has antioxidants, and you can also, it decreases depression, really. I mean, who has not had a cup of coffee in the morning and felt better? I mean, if you know, and it also reduces the chances of having some cancers. Not all, just some. So, and one thing, it may help you live longer. Of course, in my house, if I don't drink coffee, you definitely will live longer. Or you won't live longer. So anyway, so they are not diuretics, and again, do your research on that. But now, one important thing with the tea and the coffee, don't add sugar. That's going to have the reverse effect. So you don't want to have that at all. Okay, so we can talk about that later too. But
You can always add stevia and monk fruit though.
well, yes, absolutely, you can do that. And there are some things, you know, that a lot of people like using, like the skinny syrups or the, you know, the sugar-free additives for the coffee. But you got to take into consideration some of those have the high fructose corn syrup, so you got to think about that and do research on that as well. So, anywho, what I would like to do is talk about how you can get your water in. And one way is start your day with water. I used to be, before I started this program, I was the world's worst. I would get up and I would drink probably 2 pots of coffee. I never drank water or ate anything till lunchtime. So you start your day with water. What you start your day with is what you're going to crave. Same thing with your attitude. However you start your day, that's what you're going to have throughout the day. So think about that too. You set your tone and you set your mood. You set everything at the beginning of your day. But you know, a great thing to do is to take your water bottle with you to bed. Not a big fan of getting each bottle, you know, like the actual cases of water, because of recycling those. Some people don't do that, and then it gets into our environment. So I prefer that, you know, you get a container that you know the amount of, like this particular one has 25 ounces. It holds 25 ounces, so I drink 4 of these a day. Easy peasy. So if you want to take a Yeti cup with you to bed, it's insulated and it will keep it chilled. Some people have to have cold water. So that way when you first wake up, sit on the side of your bed and make a game out of it. Like, okay, I got to sit here and I got to drink this water and I can't get up until I do. So you'll drink it real fast, because usually people have to get up and go pee in the morning. So, hey, get your water in that way. Start your day. And also a good thing to do is to drink 2 cups of water before every meal. And for us, you know, we like to eat at least 6-7 times a day. So we're eating small meals throughout the day, and great way to do that, and it helps get your water in, and you're done with your water before too late at night, because you don't want to have to be up peeing all night. So, you know, definitely get your water in before, you know, don't start. If you don't have it in, I've had a client tell me they had to get, you know, 64 ounces in at 9 o'clock at night, and they were up peeing all night. Well, duh, you know, that's that's going to happen. Anyway, so another tip about getting your water in is cold water is always better for you too. And what was I going to say? I just had a fleeting thought. Oh man. Anyway, I'll talk about this right quick and see if it'll come to me. A lot of people get these jugs, and they are pretty helpful. But it can be intimidating. If you fill this up and you see this in the morning and you think, I need to drink all of that. Well, this one in particular is 128 ounces. So at 100 ounces, you're still about right here. So, but you can actually, especially if you're filtering your water, we have a filter in the filtering container that we put in the fridge. So like you can fill this container up at night and leave it in the fridge, and then use this to fill up your container, or a glass if you prefer a fancy small glass. That's another thing. Make it pretty and drink it that way. So, and then you can just pour out of this and drink the smaller glasses, and it seems to go down a lot easier than having that big one. So that's another thing. Gosh, it was so important what I was going to say. Caitlin, I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. It was profound. All right, if I think about it, I'll put it in the comments. So anyway, we are going to wrap this up. And if you have any questions about hydration, like I said, there's so much research on that. And if you would like to know some of my sources where I got my information, I will be glad to share that too. So again, as always, if you will, like, share, comment, and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful hydrated evening.